let it grow. I'm at war with it, but it's hard to let it go.
Before anyone even has the chance to assume anything, I'm not a solo-minded player who loaded up PvP matches in D1, consistently stayed at the top of the scoreboard in matches and carried my whole team, and got mad because D2's PvP is heavily team-oriented. Honestly, a lot of us D1 PvP veterans don't even have a problem with D2's PvP promoting teamwork the way that it does. It's the fact that it literally discourages individual accomplishment. I don't feel comfortable going for flanks to try to get the drop on the enemy team because I'd be inadvertently setting myself up to get team shotted to oblivion. While I'm loading into the crucible, I already have a blueprint mapped out of my head about everything wrong that'll happen in the match before it even has a chance to occur. Why is that? Because it's the same rinse and repeat situation every time. If I decided to be a masochist in solo queue, I have zero communication with the other 3 members of my team, and I'm paving the way to end up by myself in a lot of my gunfights, which will always result in a perilous situation for me due to the imperativeness of team shooting in this game. Unless I play Follow the Leader the entire match, which is nowhere near my ideal playstyle. But I don't have much of a choice because I'll continually be punished for taking the road less traveled. Look, I can deal with the slow time to kill. I can deal with my abilities taking 6 weeks to cool down. I can deal with all of PvP being 4v4. Hey, I can even deal with the fact that Bungie didn't want Destiny to be a run and gun game where you die in a split second, because I didn't want that either. But what I refuse to, air quotes, deal with is the fact that I'm discouraged to do anything alone, because the second I do, the whole enemy team just so happens to come out of nowhere and I get destroyed. PvP in this game shoves team play so far down your throat that individuality isn't welcome here, and almost solely contributes to why Rumble doesn't even exist in this game in the first place. Also, nobody can tell me that they're fine with not being able to individually pick crucible game types, because if you are, you're probably brain dead. I see all cons, no pros in the fact that every game type is shoved into 2 separate playlists. And about that, I don't see any difference between quick play and competitive aside from the obvious fact that they feature different game types. In my experience, quick play and competitive have the same types of players, and with that being stated, a game type shouldn't be considered competitive or more competitive if its only distinguishing factor is that it's objective based. Countdown is in a competitive playlist, but your team isn't gonna win if they're better at playing the objective than they are at killing. Whereas a Destiny 1 game type like zone control doesn't reward you for killing enemies, because if you aren't capping zones, you're not gonna win. Bungie, listen. Please, there's a very simple method to fix all this. First off, bring back the freelance playlist from Destiny 1 so that solo players can play PvP with other solo players and not have to worry about running into full teams of 4, because this is definitely a common issue for anyone who solo queues. Introduce a crucible playlist where the time to kill and ability cooldowns are faster and players are allowed to have a fire team of 6. This would be more than satisfying to Destiny 1 veterans who miss and enjoy how PvP worked in Destiny 1 and create more opportunities for 6-man fire teams in Destiny 2. Also, bring back Rumble. Seriously, there was no point to get rid of it, and the fact that it doesn't exist in Destiny 2 was one less option that we can have for PvP. But that's all I got for now, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, some may say it's impossible, but let's make Destiny great again. 1LHD over and out. Keep it smooth.